When people are buying homes, they often focus on features of the home, like the square footage, how many rooms, the kitchens, the bathrooms, does it have curb appeal? But the real decision often comes down to the monthly payment. Hi, welcome to Invest with Jim, where you'll find real estate insights that no one else is sharing. My name is Jim. I'm an investor and a real estate agent here in Las Vegas. And today we're breaking down mortgage payments and everything that goes into that. To help us do that is our mortgage advisor, Wes Friedman.
Jim, thanks for having me back again.
A lot of times when people start home buying, they always think, what's my budget? Most people don't buy homes cash. So is the full price really what people look at, or is it what they can afford on a monthly basis? If there was no limit, people would want a pool, a basketball court, a casita for the maid, a casita for the mom, or maybe even a helicopter pad. It comes down to that budget does matter, and it comes down to the monthly payment and not the full price, actually.
Most definitely. As a mortgage advisor, it's very important that I'm counseling my clients accordingly from a budgetary standpoint. Yes, we can look at income, we can look at your credit report, but if I don't have a full consultation with you, I don't know if you have a life insurance policy. I can't see that on credit. Don't know if your children are in private school. I don't know if you're caring for an ailing family member. So all these things have to be taken into consideration to find that true sweet spot for home affordability.
When I talk to home buyers, they always say, good, don't worry about it. And I'm like, why do you say that? And a lot of times it comes down to what they see online, actually. Like if you go to like Zillow or Redfin, they'll always have an estimate like payment. I've gone on there and I've clicked on those things. And what I find right away is it's only principal and interest. Now I even look at the rate too. And you can adjust the rate on there, but the default rate is usually something well below market rates too, right? And I know the reason why they're doing that, right? It's like they want to make the payment look low so it falls in love with the house.
Action.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I can afford that payment, but they are not looking at a lot of key terms into it. Instead of looking at just P&I, I want us to break down today what PITI is actually, right?
And I think it's important to avoid a disaster financial experience is to make sure that you know everything going in before you step foot on that property. You know the numbers, closing costs. And so full transparency allows one to make an informed decision.
Exactly. And on these websites, they only show principal and interest. That's the PI. The T stands for taxes and the I is for insurance. These are actual real costs that you have to pay. You don't just pay principal and interest, right? And here in Vegas, we have master plan communities. We have HOAs. These are also costs that buyers really need to be aware of, like you said, right?
Certainly. And even if you were to pay cash for a home, you would probably likely insure your home. So you'd always encounter that, and taxes never go away. Definitely want to pay hyper aware of like, what does that look like on each individual home? Because it will vary.
So today in this video, what I'm gonna have you do, Wes, is gonna help me break down actual payments for actual homes in different price points. So this one is a house that's in North Las Vegas. It's on Pace Setter. It's listed at $495K. It's a 4-bedroom, 2,356 square feet, built in 2005. We're gonna break it down with all the most common mortgages.
If we start with FHA, it allows for a lower down payment. It will come with a slightly better interest rate than that of a conventional loan because it is government insured. Nice thing about an FHA loan is if you have a minimum FICO score of 640, let's say, you're probably gonna get the same rate as someone with a 720. It's not so credit score driven to where a conventional loan, alternatively, the lower the score, the higher the rate. On this particular property listed at $495, if you were to come in and use an FHA loan, the total monthly payment, assuming you put 3.5% down, would be $3,464 on this home. And how that breaks down is you've got your principal and interest of $29.54 a month. The estimated property taxes are $193 per month. It's more common in Las Vegas to include what's called escrows, meaning that you're going to include your property taxes and insurance in your monthly payment. What you will pay separately will be your HOA. We also want to include the homeowner's insurance that we allocated about $100 a month for. That's an estimate.
How'd you come up with that estimate?
For homes of this price range, you're looking at about $1,200 a year annual policy.
So $100 a month. Okay, cool. So that's the only thing that we're really estimating on here, but the taxes are basically annual taxes divided by 12. HOA is the actual $33 HOA. I notice on FHA there is mortgage insurance.
This is what often gets left out when you do the mortgage calculators online.
Exactly.
It's not calculated in your payment. And as you can see here, it's $217 a month. Now that's for the life of the loan if you're using an FHA loan, if you don't put more than 10% down.
So $34.64 for a FHA for a 495K house in Las Vegas or North Las Vegas.
That was at a rate of 6.125%.
I'm looking at your VA payment option, right? So why is your principal and interest a little bit higher on the VA?
It's higher because because we've assumed no money out of pocket. VA allows for 100% financing.
But then everything else is the same. Taxes remain the same.
Correct.
HOA is the same. Insurance is the same. Total payment of $3,300.
Yeah, and you can see it's less than the FHA loan because VA loans don't have mortgage insurance.
Exactly. I tell people all the time that a VA loan is probably the best mortgage, and if you qualified for it, you should definitely take advantage of it. But if you didn't serve in the military, then you don't get it.
Yeah, it's for veteran and spouse.
So if you didn't serve, get with someone that did. I'm just kidding. Moving on. Conventional, I see you have a couple examples.
The minimum down payment on a conventional loan is 3%, but it's most common to do 5%. That's going to get you a little better rate, and the mortgage insurance will be less per month. So if you were to go and buy this home listed at $495,000, total monthly payment would be $3312. That includes principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. That does not include the $33 a month HOA.
With these estimates here, what is the interest rate that we're assuming here, by the way?
On the conventional loan, we're at 6.5%.
6.5%.
Now, one thing I'd like to point out on the 5% down program, unless you put 20% down on a conventional loan, you're going to have mortgage insurance. And as you can see, comparative to the FHA loan, look at the difference in the mortgage.
86 versus 217.
Yeah.
It's much less.
A lot less. And then that is not forever, like an FHA loan.
Right.
So as you appreciate and as you pay down your principal, that number falls off.
I've had many mortgages in the past where I owned them long enough, or the market was doing well, where I reached lower than 80% LTV and I just refinanced it.
Or you can even just call your servicer and just have them remove it.
I think I had to do that once. I just paid for an appraisal and they're like, okay.
Exactly. Unless you do major renovations that cause the price to go up. If you're just waiting for the house to appreciate, coupled with you paying down the balance, then they're going to probably want a drive-by appraisal or a full appraisal.
You know, a lot of people really hate mortgage insurance. It seems like it's a waste. I hate paying any type of insurance. When you compare the $86 a month versus an extra 15% down, it's substantial.
It is big, and it really comes down to your comfort level on payment. So if you go do a conventional loan with 20% down, there's no mortgage insurance. Now, obviously your loan amount's a lot less, so the payment's going to be less. Depending on where you are in your family structure and your goals of home ownership, and so long as a buyer can stomach the $3,300 payment, I may have you look at another option and perhaps not put the 20% down, put the 5% down if it's comfortable for the family. Take that difference of what you were going to put down and diversify your portfolio. Maybe put that money in another investment in a vehicle.
Say you're buying a house for $495K in this current market right now. Depending on how much money you put down or what loan program you do, you're looking at anywhere from $2,700 all the way up to $3,400 even. So that's what it's going to cost you to buy a $500,000 house right now, more or less. Let's look at another scenario now. So maybe you're growing your family. Maybe you got a raise at work, or maybe you have a side hustle that you're making a lot more money with now, and you're trying to just step up your housing situation.
Speaking of side hustles, I've recently been working with Printify, and they have great opportunities for side gigs. Check this out. Are you tired of seeing these finance bros online talking about if you get a side hustle, it's going to look like this?
People talking about making 10X, you need to make 50X. I wake up at 4 a.m. Wake up at 5 a.m. if you want to be mid. All I eat is broccoli, chicken, and brown rice. No carbs for 5 years.
Chances are it's not going to look like that. But if you can find something that doesn't cost a lot of money to start and it doesn't take a lot of your time, that's where it really starts mattering.
Most people don't start because they think there's a lot of high costs to start up, and then you have to carry inventory. With Printify, you don't need any of that at all. First, go to Canva, select a design, edit it a little bit so it's original to your own, then upload your design up to Printify. You can see how your design is going to look on the product, and now you just have to connect your shop to Etsy, Shopify, or even TikTok Shop. Printify is an on-demand printing shop. They hold all your inventory for you, so you don't have to. But are you going to be flying on a private jet like me?
Probably not. But could this be a simple way for you to make a little extra money on the side that doesn't cost you a lot of money or time? Yes. So if you've been thinking about starting a side hustle, start one with Printify. No upfront costs, no inventory, and no packing and shipping orders yourself either. Thank you to Printify for sponsoring that portion of the video, and be sure to check them out. There's a link below in the description. And now back to
mortgage payments. We're going to look at a $750K house in Summerlin next. So this one is on Ivy Springs. It's a 3-bedroom, 2,470 square feet, built in 2005. Break down the numbers for us, Wes.
We left off FHA because of the fact that the maximum loan limit is $541,287. Now, that doesn't mean you can't use a FHA loan here, but you would be bringing in the down payment difference between the two.
Might as well do a 20% down.
Exactly. VA though, remember 100% financing, but you can put as much money down as you'd like. Principal and interest payment of $4,557. The actual taxes on this property are $341 a month. And then we've estimated, again, out of thin air, the homeowner's insurance at $125. The HOA on this property is $114, but without it, total monthly payment with principal, interest, taxes, and insurance would be $5,023 a month. That's putting no money down on a VA loan. Conventional with 5% down or 20% down. To break down the 5% down conventional payment, this is at a rate of 6.49%. You're looking at, from the principal and interest standpoint, $4,445 a month. And then same taxes, $341. We've estimated the same homeowner's insurance because that doesn't vary on what type of loan program that you choose. We have the total monthly payment at $5,042. That's with 5% down. So in comparison between the VA and the 5% down,
They're very similar.
correct.
What's the rate on that VA?
6.125.
So the extra 5% down with the higher rate is almost the same as if you went 0 down VA, right? But not everyone can get VA, right?
Yeah, 20%, just to recap really quick, the only difference between that and the 5 would be lower loan amount and then no mortgage insurance. We've got a total monthly payment with 20% down at $42.09 a month. Even at the 5% down conventional loan at this sales price, you can see that the mortgage insurance is relatively inexpensive.
131 in 15% of 750. Again, the math is like the previous one. If you had it, great, put it down, but if you don't, I wouldn't stress on it. I think a lot of people get too caught up with, I don't want to pay mortgage insurance,
I
right?
think it's the word. It scares people. It's not as much as you would think, in my opinion. Because if I were to look at the FHA loan on our previous example, that mortgage insurance was $217.
We're still below that.
Yeah, it's not that penal. It is a bad word in most people's ears.
It's not that what, Wes?
penal.
What does that mean?
Penalizing
Can you use it in a sentence?
my penal. Moving
These are the fun insights that no one else is sharing. Now we looked at a moderate home in Summerlin. We said, okay, what if you're doing really well now? The side hustle has taken a life on its own and now you've scaled it up and now you're ready to step up to buy that $1 million house, right? So the next example, we're going to Southern Highlands on this one. It is a 5-bedroom, 4,445 square feet home built in 2003. So it's a really nice house. The price on it was $1.1 million. So let's take a look at those numbers now. We know FHA is out on this one, obviously.
Yeah, you bet. When you guys hear the word jumbo loan, it essentially means a loan amount over $832,750 in Clark County. So a VA loan, there's really no loan limit. If you're a veteran or an active duty service person and your income supports a $5 million payment, you can put zero money down, and so long as you debt to income qualify, you don't have to put any money down. The rates probably would be slightly better on a VA high balance or jumbo, is what they call it, a VA high balance. So this payment's ran at 5.875%. If we were to assume the sales price of $1.1 million, we've got principal and interest at $66.83. The property taxes on this home were $549 a month. Estimated $165 in homeowners insurance. That'd bring our total monthly payment without the HOA at $7,398. No money out of pocket.
This house is in a fancy neighborhood, so the HOA is $309. So when we add it all up, $7,700 on a VA on a $1.1 million, 0 down. Tell us how else these jumbos work.
Jumbo loans require 20% down. There's no if, ands, or buts. And I will tell you that the underwriting standards are much more strict. They're going to be looking hyper focused on making sure that your debt to income ratios are at a certain threshold.
What's the range of that threshold?
I'll tell you what right now, if you were to put 20% down on a non-jumbo loan, you could probably go to up to 49% back-end ratio, meaning that they'll let you use roughly 50% of your
Monthly
income
gross income.
minus the debts you pay towards mortgage payment. Well, we're going to cut that down to about 43% or lower when we're doing jumbo.
Okay, just 7%.
They're just a little bit more stringent. Also, too, remember the 20% down minimum?
Yes.
And then they're going to underwrite that a little bit more strict in terms of making sure that you have what are called asset reserves. So for instance, if the payment's $5,000 a month, they're going to require that you have 6 months of that after your down payment and closing costs in a bank account after you close.
Okay.
So they're going to want, in this case, roughly $30,000 in that scenario in what are called asset reserves.
Do these assets or reserves, do they have to be liquid funds?
No, they don't.
They don't.
Now, if you have, let's say, a stock account that is subject to the market fluctuation up or down, they're only going to take 70% of that.
So if you got $1 million portfolio, 700K.
And remember, these funds are not to be used for the program. It's just to show that you have that
backup.
Backup, exactly. But if we were to take this home, break it down, sales price of $1.1 million, putting 20% down, the principal and interest portion of the payment would be $54.90. Same taxes, $549 a month. And then we're gonna estimate the same homeowner's insurance at $165. So we got a total monthly payment of $62.04. That's with 20% down jumbo.
And then adding HOA, $65.13. Can I buy $1 million house with putting less than 20% down?
There is a way around that. Essentially what you're gonna do is you're gonna break it into 2 loans. There's assuming 10% down. What we do is we make sure that we have our conforming loan amount first mortgage at $832,750. Remember, that's our max loan amount in Clark County. Then we're gonna follow it up with a second mortgage up to 10% of the value of the home. So the client has to put 10% down, or the family or buyer puts 10% down, and then we just shore up the difference with a second mortgage so that, one, we get away from jumbo underwriting guidelines. No longer do I have to worry about reserves. Those go out the door. I go right back to conforming type of underwriting standards. And then we just position either a fixed rate second or a home equity line of credit, which would be interest only. So there's a second mortgage after it.
So if you want to buy, say, $1 million home, you don't want to put 20% down, you can do it by getting a mortgage for 80% and then a second mortgage for 10%, and then you're putting down the remaining 10% after that.
Essentially, that's how it works. The math's a little different, but yes.
Okay, are the rates different on that second 10% mortgage?
Yes, because it's in second position.
What are those rates usually in comparison to the normal?
With great credit, you're probably going to be anywhere from 7.5 to 8.5%.
For that 10%, right? So you can pay that off if you're...
Yeah, you're going to want to make that your priority.
Yeah, that's the one you want to pay off, of course, right? So tell us how that payment looks.
So basically, you're going to have, at that $1.1 million sales price, you're going to have 2 mortgages. Your first mortgage would be a 30-year fixed at $5,195. And then we've also estimated a second rate mortgage fixed, although a slightly higher rate. I believe this is at 8.5%. And that payment would be $1,015 a month. So you do have 2 different mortgages on the same house. Total monthly payment on that with the taxes and insurance without the HOA would be $6,925. So roughly what, about $720 more than putting 20% down on a jumbo loan. So it's gonna be a higher payment, but also less down payment.
So now that you've seen a breakdown of mortgage payments at various price points and everything that goes into it, including taxes, insurance, and all those things, and showing you how that kind of looks with different down payments and different loan programs, I hope it gives you a better picture of when you decide to start actually home shopping. Because if you're looking to buy a home and you work with me or you work with some other real estate agent, they're like, hey, have you been pre-qualified yet? It's not so much to be like, I want to make sure you're good for it, because I think a lot of people, they get defensive. They're like, no, I'm good for it. Don't worry. I got an 800 credit score. I'm good. It's not that I don't think you qualify. It's I want you to know the true picture, because people want to shop $1 million homes all the time. And then when they see a almost $8,000 payment, sometimes they shudder a little bit and they're kind of like, what? I have great credit. And you're like, no, it's taxes, insurance, HOA, all these things add up.
Yeah, 100%, Jim. The financial literacy component of this is so important. You go and look at a property, I expect my clients to have all that information. When they sit near a car, they know everything, numbers wise. And that way they are less apt to get in financial hardship if we do it that way.
If you're thinking about buying a home or you're starting the process and you want payment estimates on specific properties for your specific situation, credit and down payment, reach out to us. Call the number on the screen or visit our website or the link below. Wes and I are here. We're able to help you, give you an actual payment estimate for the house that you're looking to buy. And if you're worried that your credit's not great or you don't think you can qualify, you should reach out anyways too, because a lot of people feel that way and they actually do qualify or might need just a little bit of work to get there. It's just about knowing and having a plan and just having self-awareness of your own situation, more or less. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you found this information useful or interesting, or you know somebody that's buying a house, share this video with them as well too. Thank you for watching. Thanks, Wes, for being here and helping us. I'll see you on the next one.